I'm live.
We're live. You're now live. Hi, everyone. I am live with Sandra Testo. And guess what? Sandra and I are going to be working together. And I'm very excited about this because this aligns with professional global etiquette and my being out there talking about cultural differences and the importance of protocol and etiquette. And so Sandra is the regional director of the International Student Exchange. Sandra, tell us about what it means to be a regional director and what ISE is about.
So, ISE is a nonprofit organization. We've been around since the early 1980s. We are located out of Long Island, New York, and we are one of the largest, if not the largest, agency in the U.S. that looks for or places exchange students from all over the world. So our students come from Europe, Asia, and South America. So what Adrienne will be doing is I'm the regional director, so I run the I would say the Florida part of our region, which is called Seashell, and I have the whole entire Florida area. So what Adrienne will be doing is she will be an area rep looking for wonderful host families who would like to host our students. And our students are between 5 month, 10 month, or 12 month stays. So you have the choice of whether you want to try it for 5 months, do it for 10 months, the academic year, or 12 months, which is January through December. And we're always looking for wonderful, loving host families to open up their hearts and their homes to host our wonderful students.
So they come on a J1 visa.
Yes. So it's a J1 visa. We are regulated by the Department of State. The Department of State does not regulate all of the exchange student programs. However, they're very strict with the J1. So the J1 is mostly high school students between the ages of 14 and 18 and a half. And they come here to live like an American student or American child in your home. They do chores. They become a part of your family member, and they go to high school. So they would take the bus to and from. Um, that's pretty much what J1 is. Now, you families do not get stipends for this. They do not get paid for doing this. They do get a tax write-off. So just in case, I know there's some families out there that want to rent out a room or do something in that aspect of taking in an exchange student. However, the J1 program is not like that. It's more of taking in the student becoming a part of your family, and a part of your life for the rest of your lives, to not just be a roommate. And you learn from them, they learn from you, all the culture, that sort of stuff. So that's what the J1's about.
And that's what I love about it, though, because with the global tension that we have right now going on in the world, and everyone wants to understand everyone else's culture, their language, how we work, to have this relationship with the other countries and to have a student come here for like a high school, let's say. A high school has myself, I have a child coming in from China. It's not just my getting the benefit or my family getting the benefit, it's the entire school, the community. That's the benefit of learning. It's really like a real true handshake between
Absolutely,
a family and
absolutely.
a country.
There's many students in our counties, let alone our little towns, that will never ever be able to leave. Sometimes their own counties. Sometimes their own counties. So bringing the exchange students into your home does make a huge difference and impacts the other kids at the schools. It's amazing how it's like a trickle effect.
I mean, I love this. I'm not going to stop selling promotional products so everyone understands this is not a 100% full-time job, but it just allows me, having a high school teenager and understanding Volusia County schools, and kind of being involved with the Volusia County schools under my professional global etiquette umbrella, where I teach
Of
teen
course.
etiquette, teen dining skills. It falls in so nicely because I want to be able to teach our Western etiquette and then learn from the other countries. So the students do bring a little bit of their own travel money. What does that look like?
Yes. So the students, the Department of State requires that all students do, their natural parents do give them up to starting at $300 a month. So the minimum that the students have to have is 300. Many bring more than 300 a month, but that's the minimal. And that is for them to pay for their toiletries, their clothes, their cell phone bill, which we require that they get a local phone number while they're here, so you can contact them, their friends can contact them. So that's a $40 to $50 month-to-month cell phone bill. So they pay for that. Vacations that you go on, anything that you as a family do, the student pays for their way as far as that goes. The only thing that is required is that the family feeds them 3 meals a day. But most of the time, the students do get their school lunches at school. So they pay for them for that, the hot meals at school. However, if they want to take a meal or two a week from their home, your home, that would be, up to you to be able to supply that for them. But basically, yes, the natural parents, instead of a family getting a stipend, I kind of tell my families that the student's getting the money. So the student is able to manage the money. They pay for, like I said, the toiletries, everything. Another thing is they're fully insured. They have full insurance. So they are able to, if they're sick, go to the doctors. If there's an emergency, go to the emergency room. Everything, their insurance is probably better than ours. I mean, everything is picked up, taken care of. So really the only main thing that a family would have to do is pretty much keep after them, make sure that, they're not getting into trouble. Obviously, you as an area rep, Adrienne, will be their liaison, where you're there for the family and for the student to be the liaison if there's any issues. So most of the times it's cultural issues. So what you would be there is to help them get through the first beginnings of the shocks that come along with the student. Then, once you get past that, if there's a little few things here and there, teenage stuff, then you as a liaison area rep will also help them get through that. A lot of support that comes along with our company, for sure.
I love that. The other thing I just want to remind people, you don't have to have a student at home. You can be living as long as you're living in a place that allows you to have students, so it can't be 55 and older with no students. But if you don't have a high school student, but you and your significant other would like to do something like this, I feel like I would be that person that once my daughter is out of the house, that I would like to continue to
Yes.
have a
Empty
teenager to
nesters.
really enjoy that. They keep you young.
Yes, the empty nesters. Believe it or not, we do get a lot of empty nesters and families with young children. Um, and so we do get a diverse of all, but you'd be surprised how many single people with no children, never had children, that want to do this. So everybody the age of 25 years old or older is able to host. And you're right, Adrienne. A lot of people think that this is just um, for families with high school kids. I did an event a couple weeks ago, and while I was there, they had 2 or 3 kids with them, and they said, "Oh, this is a wonderful opportunity when my kids get older." And I tried to explain to them that's not. You don't need to wait until your kids are in high school. I've hosted 12 kids in the last 10 years. Amazing experience. Each and every one of my kids have been amazing experiences. So I started when my daughter was 12. She was in middle school, and now she's 22, and she is on her own. And in the summertime, she's taken off going somewhere in Europe to visit, her sisters, she calls. I also adopted a young boy at 3, and he knows nothing except the fact that every year we get an exchange student. So he was adopted into our family, and that's all he knows is exchange students every year. So he can write his name in Korean. He could write his name in Chinese, Mandarin, and other languages, Spanish. He can sing songs in Spanish. Yes, I mean, he does take Spanish in school, but having these kids around him and teaching him also, so he's learned a lot of cultural stuff.
Okay, so then that is the next question would be, my daughter's taking French. I want her to really embrace French. Am I able to ask for a French student?
Yes. So for next August, we are placing for January and August. You know, if the public schools are not accepting the students right now for January, then we are asking charter schools in the area, and most charter schools are allowing them to come for January. We do have a handful of them left. However, so if you can't ask for one for January that speaks French because it's so, around the corner. However, for August, it's so early right now that I tell all my families that we have a wish list. So if you tell me now what you would like for August, we put it on the wish list, and my higher up manager, will check that wish list every day. When a French girl comes in through as an applicant, he gives that French girl to me because I have a wish list. So that's how it works when it's early on like this.
Love it. Okay, so my daughter, can a student, and I know the answer, just to let you know I know, but let's tell everyone else, can a student share a bedroom with a family member?
So, yes, that they can share a bedroom, but they cannot share a bed. So we can get a family approved now for next August. And they can fill out an application. That's all done online. They don't have to leave or mail anything in. So everything's done online. It's free, of course. And if you have a bedroom that the student is sharing with that student, however, they have to be within 4 to 5 years apart and the same sex. So if you have a teenage daughter or a daughter who's like 10, 11, yes, they can share as long as that student's 14, 15-ish. I wouldn't do any older than that. And of course, it would have to be a girl, the same sex. But to get them approved, we can approve them on the basis that they will have a bunk bed or another twin bed in the home by August. So right now, we can get an application in, no problems. Just take a picture of the bedroom and then submit it and let our compliance department know that by August, before the student arrives, there will be another bed in there.
I love that. Okay, so now family members, you are going to have, everyone in the family is going to be spoken to around the table, and the background check is for 18 and over in the family?
Yes, or if they have a 17-year-old that's turning 18 while the student is in the home. So yes, we do get some students some families that if they have a 17-year-old and within that year, or even let's say next year, if you have a 16-year-old or 17-year-old that's turning 18 next year or 2022 or 2023, during that application period, they would have to be background checked.
Okay, beautiful. I mean, this is amazing. So I'm gonna focus a couple of questions on Volusia County right now, because that's where I'm at. So Volusia County Schools will have already been working with ISE to say, yes, we have space, and they have their own rules and regulations that they have to go by, but they will say that they have the space. And then it's up to really everyone out there to really open up your heart, open up your home, and have that conversation with your students to see if they would like that, because it really is, you're in essence creating an opportunity for a lifelong friendship for your child and for your own personal family. I don't know. So tell me why people say no. Why do people say no?
Well, I get a lot of no's. Most of the times, believe it or not, it's the husbands.
Interesting.
It is. A lot of the husbands are afraid to take on another child in the home, the responsibility of that child. A lot of the moms are excited to bring them on board. And then a lot of times, busy families. Believe it or not, these students love to be with busy families. They love to tag along with them. That is the American way. So I try to explain to families, if you're a busy family, don't worry about it. That's what they love. Some families think that they can't leave the student alone, like if they were at work or if they went and had to take their son or daughter to soccer practice or whatever. So I always tell them, yes, they could be left alone. They just can't be left alone overnight. So, even if you're a busy family, yes, it's not a problem. I do get some families that, again, they think because they don't have a teenager in the home, that's a lot of no. So it's always nice for anyone that's thinking about this to come to you with the questions, because you'd be surprised. Even gay families, they think that they can't host, believe it or not, and they're afraid to come forward and ask. Yes, they can. Yes, imagine that. That's not a problem. That without children, two guys, two women, whatever. They don't have to be married. So there's so many things that people are afraid to come forward and ask, but they would be approved for.
And I just want to take a minute to think about the students that are, as a student in China, who we know, because I had an opportunity, my son lives in Shanghai for the last 10 years, and I got a chance to not only visit him once, but to actually live there for over a month. And the reality is, they're in school all day long, then they're learning more, they're highly educated, and they dream about coming here. And they will add so much. They're so responsible. So, like, I just think about all the students that in their dream in another country is to come to America and to go to high school. And it's up to us, if you have it. Not everyone has it in their and in their heart and in their head and mind to say, I really want to do this. But I really believe that it is so important to take on this role and to be a family. It's, again, talk to your family about it, the whole entire family, to say, what does everyone think? It'll make every holiday so much better. There are, so tell me about the website that people can go on.
Yes, www.iseusa.org.
Okay.
And just a quick thing I'd like to let people know as well. Right now, because it's so early, we could even find that student that loves volleyball because your daughter plays volleyball, or loves soccer because your son or daughter plays soccer. So we can get you on that wish list and find a good student, or I don't want to say perfect because they're not be perfect, but the student that will fit in your home. And that's what's, important. So just so you know that you're able to pick out your students. Some families don't know that either. They think they just get assigned a student. So, but yes, www.iseusa.org.
So the only thing that you're not going to get is a photo of the student until after everything's approved.
Right.
And then everything, any of the questions, please ask me and I'll ask Sandra. I love this. I did this in Tucson, Arizona, so I understand. I did pass the test, right, for the J1.
Yes.
So, I passed my own background check because they have to trust me that I'm going to be, in essence, mentoring the student, helping the student to get acclimated, helping the family to get acclimated, which is really what I love. So I'm excited to be part of your team, Sandra.
We're excited to have you on board.
Thank you so much. And everyone out there, you're going to start seeing me promote a little bit more. Do you also let people know about students so that besides the wish list, they could read about a potential student?
Yes, we do have about 6 or 7 now that are unplaced that you can put up on Facebook without their pictures. And I can show you how to do that. And you can just post and let them know that these are ones that are available.
And of course, here in Florida, that we're in a perfect area. They do get a little bit of the cold, but not the snow. So they don't have to, they may not have to buy. It helps them for traveling purposes. We're lucky here. They don't have to bring all their winter clothes.
No, they all want to be in Florida.
Everyone wants to be in Florida. So help me help the students. Help Sandra help the students. Thank you, Sandra. It's so nice. I forgot, where are you located again?
In Tampa Bay.
Okay, you're in Tampa Bay, so we're going to meet soon, right?
Yes.
Do you ever do anything where we meet? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So everyone, I'm announcing this, that I am, like, my part-time is going to be doing what I love, placing international students into host families your family. So let me know. Thank you, Sandra, for your time today. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, Adrienne. Talk to you soon. Bye,
Have
everyone.
a great rest of the day. Thank
Bye.
you. That was perfect.